All right, let's get a couple things ready. Hello, Dana and Lukenberg and Simon as well. Gonna hop into the Louva here. Don't have it fully equipped up yet, but thank you again for yesterday getting me to purchase it and also the very kind gifts. Um, yeah, right now I have optics on it and a gun rammer, but really want something like a vertical stabilizer or something else to go with it. Hello, WTE as well. Nice to see you. I'm a little tired this morning. Ugh. I was busy yesterday after the stream, but this is actually my first match in this too. Which, if there's any requests today, feel free to request any tanks you want to see. Like I'll be throwing in. I need to do some doubles on tanks I'm grinding, but outside of that, I have plenty of time to fit in quite a few requests. But as far as tier 10s, they are hard to play only because since you're always top tier, making mistakes, they're exacerbated for yourself because if you do something wrong, die, your team is worse off than if you do something wrong in a tier 8 in a tier 10 match and die. Your team still can pick up after after that. Hello, Abdul. Nice to see you. This thing is so slow. And nobody is coming to my side. Yeah. No, I'm not going out there. Ain't gonna do that. Like, I know this Hellcat's going out there, but honestly, dude, don't even bother. Tempted to sit here, but I can get hit from their cap. Even though there are no SPGs, it's just me pushing out there. Like the Hellcat, that might be, really the only. There is an IS-3 that's still not spotted. Super Pershing. I was about to say there might not be that much over there. So come to think of it, I'll push out a little bit over here. I just don't want to get myself into too much trouble. But it looks like, yeah, the enemy pushed on the other side there. I just need to keep in mind I would like to, semi-hold down here. But armor on this, even though I haven't played it, it's very good after the patch. Ah, shit. And of course, that IS-3 troll side armor got me there. Pull back just in time. It's like I feel bad for that Hellcat, but at the same time, dude, you clearly saw that, the enemy was not going to be outnumbered there. You were the only one directly in front of them. Like, just keep yourself alive. Don't push out very far. But, he didn't do a bad job. He did more damage, I think, to them than they, caused to him. As far as him pumping it out and also assisting with it as well. Alright, he's a little bit more of a threat right now. Hey, I tracked him. Awesome. And it does not look like he's a repair kit, so I can very easily take him out here. Unless RNG decides to troll me here. I just played one match in the Scorpion G. Getting a little bit more credits for equipment on this thing, and I bounced, I think, about four times off of an M103. Two of them on the lower plate, two on the upper plate, which I wasn't too surprised about the upper plate ones. It's just, I was just like, are you freaking kidding me? Like, it ended up costing us the match too, which was what annoyed me. It was a very close match, and I just couldn't pen that damn thing. What's with the... What do you mean, the tool? What do you mean by the tool, Lukenberg? I know what he's kind of... There we go. I was about to say, I know what he's trying to do, but the Ag Panther pushing up, that definitely helped. Oh, the tool in the chat, that's what you're talking about for YouTube. That just means someone's a moderator. You know, not exactly lighting the scoreboard up here, but hopefully my team doesn't push as hard, you know, now that we're starting the push on this side. I could have played a little bit more aggressive, but it's my first battle in this thing. Give me a little bit of slack. I got it yesterday. You know, Gary was very kind enough, you know, to gift some money towards it, and a couple other people as well. I also have, you know, since you know, got quite a few tips yesterday. I picked up that bundle with the M4A1 Rev in it too. Not that that thing's ready because I don't have equipment stack or credits to actually put equipment on it. And then I got a little bit of gold from the WZ111. Just made sense from money-wise to get that. We're about to be in a bit of trouble. Our AMX M4 overextended a little bit. But yeah, at this point I'm going to get swarmed here. But there's not too much I can do about that. If I hang back, you know, we're going to be in the same predicament. Thank God for the Hellcat's slow reverse speed. Alright, now I'm actually going to... There's no arty, but seeing as most of them probably are coming from this way, if they're still heading towards me, I just want to cover my bases. There's the Oho. Shit. Crap. Yeah, I have a decent crew in this, but it's still not, you know, like the best thing ever. Yeah, it's just I'm not getting too much support here, but that's, you know, kind of to be expected. Right now the Oho poses a slightly bigger threat to me. Oh god. So does this Emil. I would like to keep him in front of me, but this oh, there's a prototype now. Oh shit. Can I bounce him? I'm not terribly sure. The Oho's trying to flank me, and he's definitely gonna, you know, get that, and Emil's definitely loaded now too. I bounced. God damn it. Oh well. I tried my best. I definitely should have pushed that side harder, but yeah. That was a tough situation. Got a mastery badge first class though, not bad for, you know, first battle in this thing. High caliber, yeah, nearly 4,000 damage, but a lot of our team, like, you know, they kind of did well on the hill for the tanks that they were against, but I could kind of tell that they were pushing too hard into it. You know, trying to force what wasn't there. It's like they should have just kind of held and let the enemy make mistakes, but oh well. Alright, so I'm going to hop into the Panther too, since, you know, I'm grinding that. Alright, it kind of freaked me out for a second. In OBS, it showed my microphone not picking up something, but that was, this one here. I was like, oh shit, that's not good. Which, you know, for those of you on the NA server, thank you, Dana. yesterday I thought the tank rewards for this past month was going to come up where you could pick your stuff, but it didn't. But they released. It's going until like early March. It looks like this next one. It looks like they're switching it from, something that's monthly to a little bit longer. Apparently, other servers are going to be getting it as well at some point. I don't know exactly when, but apparently, the other servers, like EU, who knows? I don't know about console, but they're supposed to be getting something like tank rewards at some point, hopefully this year. But as a reward for this year, there's a chance for a PZ2J, which isn't ever for sale on the NA server. That really overpowered, highly armored, what is it, tier 3, I believe, tank. Yes, I can play the T-49. So that's a potential award for the first box, just getting a few points there. So a lot of people are going to have chances at it, but it's probably going to be a very, even probably lower probability of getting it than, say, an E25. Sure, I can do those two as well. Really? There's an OHO coming up, or not an OHO, an ONI coming up here, and an OI sitting at the... Yeah. It's like I'm heading up here because I didn't feel like a lot of people were going to head up here, and you need at least, some tanks up here. It's like, hopefully I don't run into any of their heavier tanks. That would not be good for me. This thing does not exactly have a lot to fall back on. I'm even kind of afraid to fight a frickin' comet here, if I can be honest. I'm like, comet, go away. You're gonna kill me. There we go. I do have to be worried about tanks over on that side. Oh lord, there's a frickin' IS-6. Oh, I bounced my teammate. Sorry teammate. But at least we can kind of get that out of the way. I really do not want to fight against an IS-6, but I don't have too many options here. At least that Oni, I take that back. I am glad that he is up on the hill. I'm going to try to do something that's not too bright. There we go. Let's track him. I might have spent a little bit too much time trying to track him, yeah. Where now I'm in a little bit of trouble. This isn't exactly the best tank to try to flank people with. Thank you, Oni. It's not exactly fast. It's kind of large. Yeah. I bounced off of... Dude. Where the hell are you on this list? Go away. That annoys the hell out of me when people spam. That's a nice shot. I'll probably miss. I just have really bad luck in this as far as accuracy. That's the thing that usually gets me, is missing a shot like this. It's going to be hard. No, not worth it. Okay. Thank you very much. He knows where I was. He knew where I was shooting him from. I don't know why he decided to do that. So the IS-3 should be my next shot. So I'm going to pop in an APCR and help out this ONI. Yeah, I can play a big Japanese tank for you. Ah, never mind, this ONI got him. Awesome. I'm just going to stick with you, buddy. I'm going to be going for the Cromwell here. It's better to... Not that our OI has done much, but it's better to free up some tanks, hopefully. I see Oni, I'm just... Oh, I just barely got him. I'm gonna take a shot or two here, but whew, there we go. Very nice, Oni. He's actually doing, holy shit, he's doing a very good job. I take anything I said negatively or negative about you. Shit, even though he's starting to take quite a bit of damage. His T-25's pushing up hard. This is gonna hurt. Luckily, I saved my repair kit. Sorry, Oni. You know, I could have helped you, but honestly, even though the OI hasn't done too much as far as what it looks like, I think that was a better decision for me. Now, my problem is this SU-152. I don't know where he went. And I do not have Sixth Sense on this. Well, there's the Nashorn. I'm gonna bet the SU... Ah, he's still there. Alrighty then. He is not aiming directly at me though, so... Oh lord. Yes he is. It didn't look like he was aiming directly at me and, you know, could see me, but oh, he could. There we go. He blew his repair kit. Nashorn's no longer aiming at me. Oh god, he's aiming my way again. I don't know what this ARL is doing, honestly. Like, yeah. Let's see, he's aiming that way. And of course I bounce. Very nice. So 3,600 damage, pretty good match here. Lukenberg, trust me, it's not a problem. Like I appreciate, you know, if people want to tip me and whatnot, but you know, it's not something, you know, I expect to put it in those words. Like, I appreciate, you know, the support, but it's not something, you know, you don't have to do it. All right, so. Most amount of damage in the match. Thankfully, this Oni did a very good job too. And yeah, one of my better Panther matches. So T-49. Yeah, I mainly started live streaming. You know, I enjoy it. You know, it's nice chatting with a lot of you guys. I like answering questions, playing tanks. You know, people want me to play. Oh, I need another. I'm trying to... waking up this morning was a struggle for me. Doesn't help that taking Levi out for a walk, he was like fighting me the whole way. It's kind of raining and wet out today, so it's helping a little bit. Usually this time of year I'm not tired because, you know, I'm not slaving away in a kitchen. But today I'm feeling a little bit tired. Alright. See, after this I have the VK 3601, you know, the OHO coming up. What the hell is he complaining about? I've seen a lot of, you know, I played a few matches before the stream. I've seen a lot of people complaining. I don't know why he's complaining. Like, yeah, it's not the best match in the world or map in the world, and there's a lot of arty, but yeah. Honestly, I'm not too thrilled to see this map in a light tank. It's just almost all the fighting is, you know, in brawling areas because there's not too much open ground for you to really spot in. Somehow their T-49 did not see me. I'll take it. Now he did. Or somebody else did. Because I didn't spot anybody else after, you know, they lit me up. Yeah, I'm heading back there since nobody else is kind of plugging the hole. Goodbye. I don't look like he was aiming at me, but I'm not lit up. I do have to worry about tanks pushing on me. That can be a pretty big problem. And of course, just as I actually reload and aim in, which are south, we just lost a TD down there. I'm waiting to see if this 1375 pops back up to where I can hit him. But I'm contemplating moving down into the south. Ah, that would have missed him anyway, even if he stayed there. Alright, so let me peek out here. Alright, they're starting to move in spots where I can hit them over here. Like this bat chat. Or at least it looks like he was going to. It's just our town, like I want to help them, but at the same time, I'm not that useful over there. It's like I'll probably get one shot off before, you know, poking out after that's more difficult. Now this PZ4, I have no idea why he's setting up there. He doesn't really have shots on anything, except for if the center pushes, but nobody is in the center at this very moment. Like, at least spot it. Like, I'm going to poke up a little bit more here, but let's see what I can do over this side. I'm probably going to regret this. Very nice 1-4 or 140. I'll gladly trade that shot with him. Oh Lord. Lord. It's just, yeah. This is what I was afraid of, getting a shot off and then getting out. Oh Lord. I can't believe I missed that, but that happened. I need to, ooh. Luckily I have an automatic fire extinguisher, but yeah, that was unfortunate. But this is why, depending on the map you get, like light tanks, you're doing yourself a disservice sometimes, because there's so many maps where they just aren't that useful. It's like, it's not that you can't do well on a, you know, this map in them. It's just it's a lot harder to do that. He's probably gonna kill me here, especially because I ran into that. Ooh, I don't think I'm gonna be able to get around in time. Shit, dude. Come on, give me the one heat shot. That's all I want. And I'm dead by Artie. Pretty crappy match in a T49. Hello, Uber. Nice to see you. But, yeah. The T49, I'd like it as a light, but it's more of a fun tank than actually being practical a lot of times. But, yeah. That map, honestly, like, it's hard for a lot of tanks to actually play on. I think I like it because it's unique, but I do think they need to basically the north and the center. They're just a little bit too. They punish you almost for fighting there a lot of times because if the enemy just puts a few tanks up there, it's very hard for you to actually push through them. But I just think it's a poorly designed map outside of the town area. I can try to, Lucan, yes. Hello, Panda, nice to see you. How old am I? I am 26. Hello, Parker, too. Yes, I did. That was my first match. I don't have I don't have enough equipment on it yet, but I still popped into it. I am currently, broke as far as credits go. I also have the M4 A1 Rev, but that thing doesn't have any equipment at all. If only credits would just fall out of thin air for me. Because I need I wish equipment sale went on forever for my account. That would bring down the 20 million credits I need for equipment down to, about 10. Like usual, from this side, your team mainly goes here. You get a couple people over there. Granted, a little bit less than I thought, with the OI. But I almost always go over here because, especially for encounter mode, it's a very important spot to have. Ah, nice. Oh. I can't read your name unless I translate it, but yeah, hello Japan, as Metric said. I always like, seeing where people watch me from. There are 3 SPGs I gotta keep my eye on. Not too concerned about them capping because it's very easily reset on this map. As they just found out. Or at least that M5 found out. Yes I do. Why do you ask? I'm the youngest of 3. I think a lot of people would like to go to Japan. I would like to. A little bit too far away though. At least for now for me. Oh Lord. Yeah, that was a dumb decision. He isn't using the derp gun either, which is bad for me. Only because he can penetrate pretty much all of my frontal armor. Like, this is classified as a heavy tank, but it really isn't. I got 2 crits there. That was probably an ammo rack hit on him. See if I have a little bit better luck this time, but really hope he doesn't push out. Come on, gun. Here we go. I'm gonna... Shit. I got plenty of guys over there. I'll kind of hunker down here, and hopefully they turn the corner. Because I do have shots on this M4, soon to be AT8, pushing up here. Trying to track him. Not exactly working out too well for me. There we go. Looks like he either has a toolbox or repair kit. I guess don't have a clean shot on that cupola. There we go. I just would like to keep him very much right there because he cannot hit me here. That little PZ can, but there we go. I'll take a gamble here and hope I don't get smacked by too much damage. There we go. I'll take my chances with Artie right now too. Since I didn't get hit right around the corner, granted I just got hit by SU-8, I'd much rather take that tank out. Take a little bit of a risk. That way they just have no chance to get back into the fight. Shit, the SU-8 he's fairly close to us. I'm surprised. Yeah, he's doing kind of the right thing. He was pushing up to get better accuracy, but that was a little too close. I don't mind him asking questions. No problem with that. Both. As far as my siblings. Hopefully this isn't some sinister plot to figure out who my siblings are and then ransom them off to me. Granted, I would say my brother is pretty terrifying. Not too bad, 4 kills, 1600 damage. Mainly with this tank is I, play it more like a medium, and yeah, basically it helps you survive a little bit longer. So crap, that's a ace tanker. A little bit surprised there. I am gonna save it because I save all my ace tanker matches, but I honestly was not expecting an ace tanker match there. I'm a little bit surprised that was. Yeah. Hello, Alder. Nice to see you. Whew. I worked on after streaming yesterday. I'm a little tired, especially talking a little bit. Like my tonsils are a little swollen. I ended up finishing a lot more replays after stream yesterday, and I now have enough videos up till I think the first or second week in February as far as like regular videos coming out. Yeah, I'm starting to get far enough ahead where I finally can start working on my website, hopefully. Yes, I can play the Chaffee. And I'll pop back into the Louva after that. Is it cold here? Actually, surprisingly, no. Like, it's been pretty damn cold, like 0 degrees Fahrenheit at night. But today, it's going up to like 60 degrees Fahrenheit, and it's a pretty freaking big change. Like, the high yesterday was like 30 degrees. Feels very odd. I hate when it's warm out this time of year because everything's like dead and mushy and soggy, and yeah. Let's see, how many people are gonna go north? Not that many. I'm actually gonna head up here. I might regret heading up here, but there's no Artie. Which yesterday Wargaming leaked 2 new premium tanks. There's I think it's the Russian T-44-85, essentially like a T-44 we currently have, medium tank, but smaller caliber gun, and it looks like it's going to be a new premium tank as far as potentially replacing the Mod 1, but I don't think so. It's probably going to be like a one-off in a premium shop or a Clan War reward tank. However, there is another. It's a essentially stock a Yag Tiger, tier 8 premium TD. Basically a Yag Tiger with the stock gun on it. That looks like it might be a replacement and go into the tech tree. That way they don't have to sell the Yag Tiger 8.8 centimeter that has preferential matchmaking. Currently, that's not really for sale, but it just looks like that's going to be, you know, the standard matchmaking German TD coming out. It still needs to be balanced. You know, it's very preliminary, but it's interesting nonetheless. It should be a pretty fun tank to play. But it will be, you know, the 8.8 still going to be the better tank, honestly, because one of the main things about the Yag Tiger not seeing 10s, the armor on it is just awesome most of the time. So I'd say I'm not too afraid about fighting hold down tanks in this just because of the HE. Thanks for the subscription, Chax. I'm glad I chose to go up here, honestly. It's like there's quite a few tanks for me to shoot at here, and if I wasn't here, I'd be very concerned. This T-29 is a problem, though. A very big problem. Only because I'm essentially the only one able to damage him right now. That's what we're facing. I really wish my team would stop taking damage because I can't fight all these tanks by myself. Especially with the Tiger 1 trying to go flank, but with him trying to flank, we're a little short-handed. This T-29 is waiting for me to either shoot somebody. Thank you very much. I love it when people do that. Are you going to try the same thing? I'm mainly concerned about the ISU here. Holy crap. Yep, that's why I was concerned. He loaded up a frickin' premium round and just punched it right through my goddamn armor. It's like, even though I was showing my front, I would almost guarantee he penned me somewhere in this situation, or this area. That's why I hate facing off against those things. And I always say that, oh ho, I don't play it like a tank that can deflect a lot of rounds, because people can just tap 2, punch right through you like that. But at least we're most likely going to win this. If they lose, there's no more tanks over here. Why are they heading this way? It's like, why don't you guys go this way? Like, but if they lose, then yeah, did my part there. All right, so I'll hop into the Chaffee. Let me fix this a little bit, make it a little bit easier for me to get the Chaffee here. That is correct, Josh. Yes. Yes, Uber. Essentially, you know, using the Yag Tiger 8.8 as an example, what they'd be doing is putting the stock Yag Tiger gun on it, so it'll have a better gun. You know, penetration, damage per shot wise, maybe a little bit less DPM, and pretty much that. And removing preferential matchmaking. So really a similar tank, but at the same time, it does play somewhat differently. It's like it'll probably get a little bit better engine than a stock Yag Tiger, and maybe a couple other little stats, like as far as different HP values and stuff. But you know, essentially, it's going to be a stock Yag Tiger, a tier lower, more or less, with minor differences. As far as tanks, they plan on, like, from what I see or have heard, like, the heavy tank number 6 is supposed to get another buff. I forget, T14 might actually get one. I believe that's underperforming. The premium Swedish, you know, medium, the Strev, I forget the whole name, that's actually slated, even though that's a newer tank. Essentially, they plan on looking at all the premium tanks and, you know, kind of buffing them up, especially the older ones that kind of need it. But, you know, if a premium has gotten a buff recently, outside of the heavy tank number 6, those tanks are kind of exempt from that. But the rest of the premiums, they do plan on looking at and giving them little buffs if they need it. So basically every premium that's older than a year is probably on that list. Kinda don't want to be up here now, only because, yeah, but let me get around you, dude. Like, I wanted to come up here to help everybody, but yeah, there's nothing squishy for me to shoot at easily. Hopefully I don't die here. I might. Ooh, they're throwing premium rounds at him. Hello, Echo Baby. Nice to see you. And Hipster. Got my pro drifting here. This is exactly where I want to go now. Just a little bit further. I can't pen you right there. Oh well. That guy's probably a little bit mad, but he did it to himself. Alright, now I can focus down here. Hill 1. Alright. Okay, our T-28 Proto, it's not really an easy spot for me to push. Hopefully I don't get hit here. Nope. Awesome. It's probably not a good idea for me to push on this guy. Especially considering I oh shit, I just missed a couple rounds, and yeah. Awesome, I'm terrible. Granted, he has 1 HP, but oh lord, I missed, yeah. Nobody saw that. Alright, I was gonna pop into the Lova. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Or semi. As long as I hit like the 80% mark. Hello Shaggy, nice to see you. When did I start World of Tanks? I think maybe 2011-ish, maybe a pinch earlier than that. Hello Lucas, nice to see you. Yeah, not the easiest tank for that map. But I went to the hill because it's very important to win that for encounter mode. Just because you're going to lose a ton of tanks if you don't. Not because it's the best tactical position, but, you know, I definitely ran away when it made sense. It's just put as many tanks as you can up there early on. Then you decide if you want to pull down or not. It's just if you don't put enough down there, enemies just going to kind of chuckle, push on you, and, you know, if they outnumber your tanks 2-to-1 up there, they're just going to push on you and kill you, and, you know, your team is lost. Sure, I can play the WZ-111-14. Alright. Since we do not have a scout up there, I will bite the bullet and try to push in this thing if it means freeing up all these tanks. But I don't exactly want to, considering this is slow. It's not the stupidest thing I've done, though. Thank you, Lucan. Do I like chickens? I like eating chicken. Hopefully that doesn't offend you. As far as being around chickens, not so much. I had to help, because my brother, when he goes on vacation, I watch his animals, and you know, he's had guinea hens, chickens. He doesn't have chickens or guinea hens anymore, but I didn't exactly care for the chickens. I might actually wait. Just, I figured I was going to get shot by something. Go figure that already hits me directly. I had one match yesterday. I popped on for a little bit after the stream. Holy God, I was in the... well, I think I was in like the T-57 Heavy or something along those lines. And there was this one SPG on the enemy team just hawking me the entire match. I think it was on Karelia, and I wasn't even doing anything because the first shot he hit me killed, I think, all but like the driver or something on my crew. And I'm like, alright, my match is over with. But he just kept freaking aiming at me. So hopefully that doesn't... Dude, why are you saying fall back? Why don't you guys push up? Like, you ever look at it like that? Yep, I'm getting whacked by Artie. It's like SPG's right there. But we're just far enough back to where I can't hit him. And unfortunately, I can't hit that damn TD. Oh, what are you doing, Tiger One? Here we go. It just sucks the SPG can hit me. Yep, there he goes again. I don't blame him because I'm freaking close. It's just annoying because I know exactly where he is. But I'm the only one on his radar. I'm just going to maneuver a little bit. Just this thing without an engine is essentially a T-95. Awesome. A little bit different than the first match in this tank, I would say. Granted, I am definitely playing it too far up for how I want to play it. It's just... Had we not pushed up, you know, we would have jack shit as far as map control. It's like I'm trying to help this Emil still. Like, I'm probably going to end up dying. But I don't want the enemies to get like a clear route across here and kind of overwhelm him. So, you know, he's still doing a like this. Just trying to track him there, but they're just going to end up, you know, overwhelming us here because our TDs are too afraid to push up. Hopefully I just ammo rack them, but, you know, I'm on the chopping block next. It's like they're getting damage off, but once I'm dead now, they have no spotter. It's like I don't know if I'm actually able to get back into cover too. I'm gonna try, but whether or not that's a possibility remains to be seen. Maybe. Until Artie decides to shoot me. Alien Studio, no. As far as like fees, the only thing, like if you donate with like PayPal, PayPal takes a fee, but they always do regardless of where you know, tip. But Streamlabs doesn't take anything, you know, from you or myself. I'm gonna try to... what were you saying, Echo Baby? What do you mean? Nerf penetration by 50%? I don't know what you're asking there. Do you mean for like premium rounds or for penetrating like a tank and it can penetrate something through it? Or 50% off normal ammo as far as credit costs? That would be nice. They used to do stuff like that. Oop, something can see me. I can't see him though, surprisingly. Ah, their Artie's actually dead. I thought it was still alive. Not that we're in a good situation. It's never good when you have the amount of TDs on either team. Specifically from up here, because they all freaking sit in one goddamn spot, and you know their firepower only reaches out a certain distance, and after that it's useless. Like, I'm just kind of biding my time before they decide to push on me and kill me. But yeah, I always hate when you have that amount of TDs up there and they never push up. Hello, David. Nice to see you. Oh, God. I'm going to try to spot this WZ-120, but, you know, at the very least, it's very hard for them to push onto our TDs, but it makes for a very boring and, I don't know, frustrating match. This is so bad with a freaking broken engine. Anything? Because I'm afraid to push up any further. I'm gonna poke. That's because there's no SPG now, but so there comes a point where their guns aren't gonna be able to help me out too much. Plus, it doesn't help that I'm going like 1 mile an hour. Yep, I'm dead. I just tried to track them, but oh well. Have fun sitting back in the corner, TDs. Enjoy your game. I know, Dana. You know, the January goal. Which, thank you very much again, guys. Let's see. Let me get the request down. I can do the AMX 1390. I can pop back into the T49 too. I played that a little bit ago, but it didn't exactly go well. But yeah, if there's requests, feel free to request them. Yeah, the January goal, yeah, thanks for hitting that, guys. That was, you know, that's what I was hoping to at least get here. You know, I can update it. I didn't exactly feel like, you know, because I can alter it and bump it up. It's just, at least for now, you know, I was gonna leave it for this stream. Thanks for, you know, hitting that goal though. It's definitely nice. You made Ryan a little bit happy too. Oh, I got Ensk. But alright. It's like you guys are actually making it very tough, I must say, for me to, like, I'm going to be doing articles on WoT Guru, and I'm trying to get back into World of Warships. I play like a match or two a day right now, but you guys are making it very difficult to get motivated to do articles, only because, you know, from a, you know, money standpoint, I never expected, you know, streaming to surpass my website. As far as it takes a very, very long time for you to actually make money on, you know, writing articles and stuff like that. But I can't go too much into that anyway. You know, as far as, you know, not that I would want to divulge how much I make, but Google, I've had people ask me before, it's just, you know, for whatever reason you talk about what you make off of AdSense, like specifics, they get very angry about that for whatever reason. Yeah, I can play the Udez. I'm just biding my time, seeing where there's like a little hole for me to slip in, which ends up being the 7 line, like I usually like to do. Trust me, I want Ryan to be happy too. She works a lot, and I don't think she'll ever play again. You know, she might, but honestly, she got so confused. She doesn't like failing at things, so she thought she did bad. Even though you guys, said she did good, she did do very good for, for it being her first battles. But yeah, she got a little frustrated. She wasn't. I guess she was, basing her performance off of what she sees me do, which I was telling her like, it's not something you can expect. Like I've played this game for I don't know how many years, and I play a bunch of different games on a regular basis. So she only plays, like Mario platformers and stuff along those lines, which I enjoy playing them too. But going from directional pads on a controller to a full-fledged PC game, it's a little bit of a jump. I do not advise pushing into this many TDs in a light tank, but it's gonna happen. Unload. Thank you, PZ4. That was so kind of you. Oh shit. Maybe that's why. I thought that building, for whatever reason, was not destructible. I'm probably going to get popped by this ISU now. Unless I can... Thank you, Skoda. Oh, I know. I was telling her she did good. And she watches me sometimes. Like, even, occasionally you see her on the stream, but every now and then, like, she'll be... on that the other PC over here doing schoolwork, and she'll watch a couple matches, and she knows enough to be like, why is that person doing that? So I don't know why she was kind of beating herself over it, because she did pretty good. So yeah, one of these days she might give it another go. She's definitely never trying PlayStation VR again. I think it's fun to play it. She got a little bit seasick from it. Shit, that Udez is all the way over there. So I don't think she's ever going to try that again. But yeah, spring break, it's semi soon. Maybe she'll be up for it again by then. Right now though, it's like working two jobs, with student teaching. Essentially, you're in charge of a classroom on top of having to do a bunch of stuff for your college student teaching class. Yeah, I got him tracked. Hopefully I don't get shot by anything else. I should be able to take him out there. Pretty nice match though in a 1390. In a light tank like this, even if I wasn't on ENTs, typically I just kind of zoom around, see if I can spot a little bit, then put myself in the best possible spot to get damage off. He's just like sitting on the back of the map like, alright, like, can't pen him with regular AP very well. Unfortunately I don't have the M103, David. I do have the E5, I have the T32, T57. The TVP unfortunately I don't have that, Josh, but that's my best match ever since Mastery Badges came out. I played this tank mainly before, these badges came out in the game, but pretty nice match there. 2,700 damage, 2,000 assist. Alright, so WZ111 I'm going to get to, then I'll play the T49 after that. I've heard the TVP isn't that bad. I'm pretty sure that's the tier 8 one, correct? But I haven't actually played that on my regular account. And the test server, it gives you a decent judge of a tank, but not a true one. Can I play another game? Not. I do play other games. It's like I maybe, I said last stream, you might see an occasional stream pop up outside of the scheduled times here, and they might be, something different, like World of Warships, a game called Dreadnought, but I might get Battlefield 1 finally too. I'd like to play that. I think some of you guys might like watching that too. Battlefield 1 looks pretty fun. But yeah, as far as, like, I'm sticking with World of Tanks as far as the stream goes. And basically everyone who watches this, that's their main game. So but unfortunately, a little bit of it. I can play the 183 too, Shaggy. A little bit of a time crunch for me just to get things done. Unfortunately, in previous years I didn't have a dog. He probably one of the neediest dogs ever. He takes about 3 hours minimum of my time up a day between walks. Feeding him, playing with him. He needs groomed a lot too because he has a lot of allergies. Starting this Friday, I've got to watch my brother's 3 dogs. And, yeah. I'm a little bit busier than I have been in previous winters, where this is kind of the time of year where I get a lot of stuff done. But doing my best. You know, it's definitely not going to affect the streaming times. But, ooh, come on, don't move. Awesome. They have a lot of people in the center. I'm just afraid about those TDs, the grills, primarily, because they're sitting back there somewhere. So I'm going to let someone a little bit smaller and faster push out here. Nobody shot him. Maybe he'll poke back up, but... I'm capable of getting over to shoot these TDs without being seen, I think. It's just a question of if our scouts... Okay, they have someone on the beach. If our scouts are actually going to push up, which they are not, which is a little bit concerning. So I'm going to have to get over to this hard cover over here. Yep, now they spotted like the E4 over there. I wanted them, to spot that before I moved out. Mainly these tanks back here. Oh, I'm not in the best spot now. Kind of like in between dying and dying faster. Oh, man. Try to get over to a slightly safer spot, but unfortunately I've turned into the scout / bait here. I just don't have any shots to get damage off of. Here we go. Let's see what this E50 does. Yep, he took a lot of damage. Yep, and I just took a lot of damage too. It's just, we have tanks over that, can do damage. They're just all sitting in the 0 line and sniping, where we need them to kind of push up a little bit. Come on, you T-55A. Pull back just a little bit more. Thank you. It's like, come on, guys, like there's only so much that we can push into, we have basically 3 tanks taking all the shots. The E4 has almost no HP. I just saw a shot come from the 704, but he's got pretty damn good camouflage on him. Very nice. Damn, I racked the E75. Okay. There we go. That should get him to back a little bit. I'm hoping he gets killed, though. Thank you very much. So I'm not really, you know, lighting up the match here, but I'm trying my best not to die. Lord. There we go. Awesome. I trust me, I know Levi is a very good prep for a baby. Hello, Anthony. I know you didn't want to say that word, but he is a very good step for that. The best strategy for that map, I like to go over to that side where I'm at, but they are looking to rework basically that entire map because it's not very good. Essentially, with that map, they're raising the beach up so it's a little bit more viable. They're changing that whole center area so it's not TDs sitting in the back and tanks that cross the center get whacked by them. So they are changing Overlord. It's in super test. We might see that in a patch or two. Typically, if that works out well, you know, they tweak it a little bit and then push it out. But all right, back to the T-49. But honestly, I almost in heavier tanks sometimes I go, you know, up, what is it, like the 3 or 4 line, right next to the beach, the cliff. But otherwise, every other tank I go over to where I started at the WZ. I either push into the center there if there's not a lot of SBGs or enemies camping there early on, or I push closer to the edge if there are. But one of the few maps where it's actually better to let the enemies push into you a lot of times because they take so much damage trying to cross the center. I wish I could, you know, my brother's dogs, they're mainly all old, but, you know, they don't, the main, like, I guess, alpha dog doesn't exactly like other dogs, so. Yeah. Luckily, you know, he has a dog door, he's got food and water out for him. I mainly just have to check on them, make sure they didn't, like, you know, die, for lack of better words, because they are very old. The one, you know, it's hard to walk. The other one's blind. So he's a blind miniature poodle. He is a very old, like 120-pound Catatula leopard hound. So essentially like a gigantic lab almost. And then he has the youngest of them, which is still, you know, it's about 10 years old, is a pit bull, but very nice. I think that might offend some people if they start add like some cabanas and stuff on the beach. The beach works sometimes. Like I've seen it work maybe, and by sometimes I mean like 5% of the time. Which holy shit, matchmaker. Like I'm at 2 minutes here. This almost never happens. After this, I'm going to be playing the 183. Oh shit, the Udes, then the 183. Sorry that I missed that. Or I forgot to write that down. So the Udes, 183. Yeah, then I'm going to throw in a couple tanks I need to grind too. Hey, I'm back on this map. I'm not getting very much love with light tanks today, but until they change them to tier 10 lights and give them normal matchmaking, it's kind of to be expected. I'm probably just going to end up going to the hill, honestly. I'm tempted to load up a heat round, only because there's a Bat Chat, a Type 61, a Skoda T50, and a T49 that I'm going to run into first up there. But there is a Centaurian Action X2. It's just HE will give me a somewhat reliable first shot if I actually hit them. It's just the T49, it sounds weird, but I like like, I know wide open, long range maps are good for lights, but I like it better for the gun too. Because even though this is inaccurate, you know, it still doesn't work in brawling because you have a 21-second reload for a light tank. It just doesn't work out in the role that it is intended to. Every now and then you have those epic matches and shots where you're just like running around and getting perfect sight lines and everything, but the majority of the time it just no. I have 6th Sense on this. I was not seen yet, but there is this other T-49 popping up over here. Or at least it looks like he was going to pop up, but he's not. And of course now he is, because the SU-122 is... Ooh, I guess we're going to go, because it's now or never with us going here. Hoo, 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 hoo. That guy just got a good shot off. Take that. Pushing on this Emil 2 is not going to be easy unless he unloads his clip. Sorry, T-62A. I did not mean to do that on purpose. Now I'm getting it done to me. I could have probably popped back there. I thought he was directly behind me. Go figure they shoot the light tank, though. Like, I don't mind it too much, because honestly it helps my team out a little bit. Them shooting at me rather than somebody else, but it is annoying sometimes when you're the little puny tank and they aim at you. Whoa! I almost did that. That would have sucked. Awesome! RNG worked out in my favor for once. Yes, my blacklist, like I said, it's growing very large recently. There's a lower threshold to get onto it now. Yes, Cody is... Awesome. I'm just like the cleanup tank here. Yeah, I can play both of them, Uber. Ooh, I should have a heat round loaded here, but... Yep, just doing my job, you know, cleaning up those low HP tanks. Honestly, now I don't want a heat round, because AT-15 is probably going to be my first shot. I'll try to make it work. This very, very low. Oh, I was about to say low percentage for me to pen him, but I took a shot and it obviously did not work. All right, so let me get these tanks down so I don't forget them. There we go. And nice, you got through the 103 on the Swedish TD line. You're past the hardest part. Alright, so the Udez was the next request up. Yeah, the rest of the line I do like. You know, I did buy this, or this was the first one that I equipped back up. Because I do own the TDs up to tier 8. I just don't have them, you know, completely equipped up and everything with the modules and equipment. But you know, the tier 6 is the other good one. But yeah, not exactly the most damage, but pretty good amount of experience. I'll take that for, you know, that map for that tank. But yeah, the tier 7, it's good. It feels like a little bit of a side grade essentially to the tier 6. The 7's not bad either. It's just, it's not you know, tier for tier, the tier 6 is better than it. Alright, another map where, as far as staying hidden in this tank, not exactly the easiest. I never seem to get the best luck with this tank when I stream with it, because outside of the stream, because typically I play like 3 or 4 matches in a row in this outside the stream, because it is kind of hard at times to win and get a double right away, but you know, outside of the stream, I typically get like nice maps for this, wide open maps, and then I stream this thing and like it. Not that I've gotten inskin it yet, but like, you know, it's small map after small map for this damn thing. Airfield, like, this is kind of middle of the road, but it's still, you know, as far as getting shots in a tank where you have to kind of stay hidden, it's a little bit difficult. Which I'm also surprised right now. I actually forgot to take off, you know, I have 60 FPS for the stream right now. I forgot to take that off because I was doing videos, like I said yesterday, and I record at 60 FPS when I'm not streaming. Kind of surprised I haven't dropped any frames or anything. I guess Comcast decided to stop throttling my internet, probably because I'm very close to upgrading. Welcome back, Luke and Bird. Alright. I hope that they push right in front of me, which I missed that shot. Which, yeah, is unfortunate, but could be a good thing if they're like, we didn't get shot. Let's push on these guys. So our team's playing this very, very safe. Okay. Just, yeah, if they push through there, that's not good. I'm just not able to help out that part as much. I'm hoping that they round here. It's just, I don't have any shots if I go south. The enemy's not pushing across there. Yeah. I honestly don't know where I want to go. This might be one of those matches where my team does very well and I don't really do anything. Not that I mind winning without having to do much. Come on, just a little bit further, guys. You know you want to push this side. And I missed. I probably would have killed him, honestly, but yep, I whiffed. They're not going to push now since he took that much damage. If they do, they're going to be very careful about it. It's just, I like this tank, but some maps you're just like ready to get it over with. Let's see if I can sneak a shot in this comet. I like this spot, honestly, for shooting into the center better than shooting to my left right now that a lot of people use it for. It's just, you're going to take a lot of damage trying to fight tanks directly there. Unless you have something with a lot of armor and there's no SPGs. Oh, shit, he's actually pushing up. I thought he was going to pull back. This little bush is screwing me up here. Now I kind of feel bad because I could have gotten hits on that M4 and not let him slip by. I'm ready for you guys now. Just got to be worried about that AMX 50. Come on. It's like they're getting shots on them. It's just they're taking some, specifically the Super Pershing, some risks. being out where he is. Oh my god. These misses are all on me. I shouldn't have missed that. Shit. That's not good. Here we go. That makes up for it a little bit, but not much. Because Artie's probably aiming right at me here. Come on, let me get out of siege mode. Wrong button, I was hitting the reload button. Whoops. I'm in siege mode, but I don't want to be. I wanted to stop, but unfortunately he keeps sliding in this. And yeah, now the Yag Tiger's right where I can shoot him. I gotta make my way back up here. But he's backing up, it looks like. Shit. Or Yag Panther. I said Yag Tiger, I didn't mean to. Yeah, I'll put this on me, but I missed a few shots I shouldn't have. Honestly, I want to pull back, but if this Yag Panther pushes, I'd be out of position to help. Come on, you little tank. Alright. Let's see what I can do here. It's probably going to be a mistake. Yep, the Borsig. Oh well. Not that I would have done much, but... yeah, no shit, Sherlock. Like, why don't you just get out of the battle? I just thought, like, I look at the chat whenever someone says something, but... ooh, Lord. I got 2 tanks pushing on me now. Yeah, I'm screwed. I can't even hit the Scorpion G, to be honest. But this is the life of this tank. I'm just going to run into this Borsig over here, most likely. The Yag Panther 2, unfortunately, can't get me. Run away. I'm dead. Oh, honestly, oh my god. Why the hell did I miss some of those shots? But yeah, like I said, I get the freaking worst maps in that thing when I'm streaming. I don't know why. It's probably only because I play one. Honestly, I probably want safe stowage in this. I'll select that when there's a sale going on. I think this is what I want, but I could do camouflage, but alright, so 183, but the Udez, it's just that tank. Oh, if you're in the wrong spot or you don't have sight lines and shots at long range, it's not the best tank for the job. Josh, as far as that, they already did that, but only to the tier 9 and tier 10. The tier 8 still has a long, a long time in between entering and exiting siege mode. Yes, I do, Lucan. I have a dog. He's currently semi-passed out over there. Yes, I did meet the tip goal, GG. You know, thanks to everybody, but for contributing to that. Unfortunately, I don't have the JPZ 100, Lucan. I use auto fire extinguishers on everything. That's really the only premium consumable I use. I kind of put it on me because a shot here or there means a lot in that tank. But fighting on that map, like, I would have set up in the south if I thought I could have gotten shots, but honestly, every time I've went down there, it just hasn't worked. But that's pretty much how all the Swedish TDs are. If, either the map has a lot to do with it, but even on the worst map, you can still have a spot to help your team out. But if they don't, give you shots, like, indirectly by, like, letting the enemy push into them or whatever, it becomes a very bad tank for, both you and your team. I might try to just let him come around into me. Really wish I had AP there. Would have done more damage to him. Which, yeah, he's going to get another shot before... I was angled the wrong way there. There are 3 SPGs I got to worry about. Just, is it worth it? I'm not too sure this is going to be worth it. It's my team, they're on the hill, but you need to fight them from this side too, guys. Like, you can't just pop over the hill one after another. Like, you're just pushing into their tanks, which, are just set up to shoot you. Like, yeah. I just don't understand why people think it's like you're seeing your tanks die one after another. You guys don't have really any armor. You just continue to poke over against pre-aimed targets. It just does not make that much sense. Like, yeah, like in any game, like, hey, that guy is aiming at me. I'm just gonna, keep going over. Oh, 4 critical hits there. But it just keep doing it. It makes so much sense. Yep, here it comes. They're using my tactic against me. Unfortunately, I have Hesh and I can't shoot through that little opening. But, yeah. If I'm fighting on this side, though, I have to push back. Even though it's just 2 tier 8s, I know I can't get shots on that Pershing reliably enough to... yeah. To make it worth staying there. Just if we didn't lose, like, 4 tanks... Like, they won the hill, but, refocus your efforts where it makes sense. I just have to hold at least this corner, because if I do not, they're going to start getting too close to Artie. Thanks for the subscription, Jer. Or, don't know how exactly to pronounce that, but Barros. Alright. This Pershing is playing pretty damn well. He knows when to pop out. been nice to have him on our team. And I missed. Shit, he can poke down and shoot me, and I can't do anything about it. Sorry, Emil. I don't mean to be doing this to you. Yeah, I'm dead, but it's what happens when your team, they won ground early on mines, but after that, stop pushing over against all the enemies. Like, it's stupid. Like, really stupid. Alright, so time to play the Super Pershing, and then after that, the T-2065. Thank you, Michael, for the subscription. Whoops. Oh, Lord. Unfortunately, I do not have the Grill 15, Lucan. As far as clan-wise, it's just, you know, a clan I made it just to park my name in it, so people stop sending me invites to other clans. Which, if anybody does want in it, not that I, you know, we don't really do anything as a clan, it's just somewhere to put your name. You know, if you send an invite to the clan, just message me. You know, a lot of people do apply to it, but, you know, I don't want to accept some random troll and then, you know, hey, why is this person in your clan? Because the person in charge of clans can get in trouble for certain things. And nice. That's one of the worst tanks in the game, Lucan. So if you're having fun in that tank, you know you like the game. The PZ-38NA, though, is not exactly the best tank. Yeah, good teams. At least I have a fairly good platoon on my team here. Which, if some of you guys didn't see, the Wargaming League, you know, esports started yesterday. And they're doing like a fantasy league for, you know, you can win prizes if you're on the NA server. I forget what the URL is, but you can find it on the main portal page. All you do is you pick people and have a chance to win gold and stuff on a weekly basis, and like Type 59 and I think a T-2065 and stuff over across the whole event. It is pretty hard to pick people, only because not everybody on a team plays each day for each match, and the players themselves and, you know, some wargaming staff, they do participate in it. They know who's playing because they're the ones, you know, covering the events and you know, kind of online at the time, and they know who's kind of in the lineups, for lack of better words. So it is a kind of a gray area where it's, you know, it's just a free little fun thing, but, you know, it doesn't hurt just to log on. It's kind of like the Tank Rewards website, and, you know, select 6 or 7 people every like 2 or 3 days, I think it is. You know, you have a free chance to, you know, win some free stuff. Help. I know exactly where he's going, and I'm gonna go over there so he can't murder me. So I'm in a very precarious spot because there's nobody on my left that can help me. Yeah, this AMX-30, now the T-54 Mod 1, they're kind of realizing that. I'm just gonna kind of shadow them. Granted, this T-10's pushing over, so he's the one getting shot right now. So I'm gonna try to chip a little bit more off of this Emil. Is this turret strong enough to where damaging him is a very big issue? Oh lord, now, oh god, they're pushing very hard now here. Alright, I'm gonna help them. Probably gonna take a lot of damage from behind me. Or not. They're TDs over there. Yeah, I don't know what they're aiming at, but they're not aiming at the right spots. Critical hit. At least now we have destroyed these TDs as far as their hiding spots go. Be nice if this was a little bit more accurate. But it is a, you know, it's still a very good tank. Alright, let's get them all down on the beach. Oh, lord. Yeah. Yes, APCR is definitely going to help me here. Because without it, I have no chance at penning his superstructure. Kind of feel a little bit bad, but at the same time, he was the one in a Yag Tiger 8.8 sitting all the way in the back. So, can't feel that bad for him. He shouldn't have a chance to shoot my hole, though. So why don't we make this a little bit interesting here? Or maybe not. I don't want it that interesting. I was going to say, maybe I dive bomb the Scorpion G and then worry about killing the Yag Tiger, but Super Pershing's armor, you know, not that it gets drastically better, but the more you move around, the better it is. Oh lord, that was embarrassing. Why are you running away from me? No! I'm not saying, like, sell the PZ-38NA, it's just, you know, you grind through it to get to another tank. It's just, I'm just saying if you're having trouble with it, like, it's not you, it's that specific tank. Unfortunately, I do not have the FV-4202. If I did, I would play it for you, but, I do not have that, Surges. Hopefully that's somewhat close. Alrighty then. So next up was the Patriot tank for requests, but if there are requests, you know, if I have it, I will play it for you. But I don't own every tank, of course. Pretty decent amount of damage. You know, let's see. I need. I should just. I'm just gonna pop off a couple lesser ones here. Just doesn't make sense for me to use another credit boost. I'm starting to run low on them. Why don't I use that one too? Are you watching? Don't know if that's someone who's watching, but hello. Alright. It's like I do need to hop into, I'll probably play, you know, trying to get some of my doubles done too. Now that I have about an hour and 20 minutes left here. Okay, tier 10 match on a small map again. Yeah, fun. It's like comparing this to the Super Pershing. The Super Pershing's gun a little bit less reliable because of the penetration, but really it depends on the match. Like I'd rather have a Super Pershing a lot of times when I'm in a tier 10 match with this on a small map. You can play this very well on a tier 10 match, but you need a little bit more wiggle room because your armor, while good, tier 10, you know, since it's a little bit worse than the T32 and the T2065 here, tier 10s have a very good chance to penetrate you across most of your armor on the front, even while hold down. But this tank's still I would still rate it a little bit above the Super Pershing. But the matchmaking for the Super Pershing definitely helps out more than you would think at a lot of times. Alright. It's not good that we have two mediums sitting there. It's like I get what they're trying to do, but I don't think it's going to be as effective as they think. It's like for a map as small as Abbey, and as, you know, there's really only two main spots to push. Granted, you can push up here surprisingly well sometimes. I'm not going to try it in a tier 8 though against 10s and 9s, but you know, it's one of those maps where if you don't gain ground, you're not going to be getting it unless you have to go through like the entire enemy flank. It's not like you can sneak around on Abbey. You know, like everyone's going to see you. And yeah. I'm sorry, Cent 7, but I can't. Yeah. I'm going to hope that our 8 to 9 line pushes hard and wins early, but yeah. This is not good. I'm going to try to get one hit on the grill, but this probably isn't the smartest choice for me either. Whew, he pushed him over. He can still shoot him now. Oh, Lord. Oh, sorry, Cent 7. We gotta pull back, dude. Thank you for the tip, Dana. I'm glad you like my streaming. Help! M53 push out. Like if I was in an arty sometimes, I would try to run away, but sometimes poking out here draws the attention. Let your standard tanks escape, but that's still an iffy proposition. Penning this thing. Like I should have aimed at that cupola. I just was not exactly set on actually being able to hit it. Ooh, awesome. He showed his side armor there though, but I'm sorry, T-30. It's not too much I can do. It's just, you know, we won that magical 8 line, but it's not exactly the best spot to win sometimes. Sorry, Grill. I was trying to track some of these guys, but oh, this is gonna hurt. I'd rather take one hit though, and potentially not another one. I actually do not want to fall off here just yet though. I think I'm gonna, yeah, I screwed myself up there. I think my best option right now though is to delay these guys as much as possible, which means pushing over here. We still have a good chance at winning. It's just it really depends on how this ends up in the middle right now, which it's not looking good. Oh, I thought he was talking to me. I'm like, what am I doing wrong over here? Like, you know, I'm doing my damnedest to fight against these frickin' tier 10s over here and tier 9s. It's just expecting me to do a lot is not exactly justified. That was a bad move. I see this IS-7 now is pushing. No, I want to ram him. It's really my only hope. Whew. I did some good. I'm gonna probably die still, but It's not safe no matter where I go, but at least this way, if they drop down on me, our TD should be able to get a shot. Obviously, Levi wants to go out now. It's like pulling teeth trying to get him go for a walk this morning. I think he's regretting that. We only went about 25% of our normal walk. Everybody comes back to shoot the IS-7 now, which I'm fine with, but, you know, there are other tanks here. I am very glad I decided to come back. Oh lord, this is not good. Whew, thank you very much. Oh, I was kind of giving up hope a little bit in the beginning, but you know, I was still trying my best to find a way to win, and you know, it's working out so far. And I can get... Whoa, I thought the T-49 was going a different way, but shit, there... Yeah, there's a Panther too. He's... I read that as douche taco. I'm pretty sure that's what he was going for, but yeah, I was thinking that the T-49 was gonna pop him over there, but yeah, still a decent match. 2100 damage, 2000 assist. Thank you, Anthony. But yeah, thanks guys. I was doing a little bit better than I thought there. Send him a... not blacklist. I'm just used to scrolling down there. Yeah, the Panther, I thought he might have done that. You know, pop up finally and get me, but you know, there's only so much you can plan for. I was hoping, though, that, you know, I could eventually drop down on the WZ if somebody else went in and, you know, he shot at them, but that never happened. So I was up there a lot longer than I thought I was going to be. But if I didn't ram that T-62A for that little bit of damage, I would have died. But fortunately, that guy, you know, he made a mistake by letting me bump him a little bit. Alright, so this is going to be probably the hardest match I've had in this tank so far. Like, I haven't played it a whole lot. I haven't had too many matches where I'm against a lot of high tiers, though. So, I'm tempted to go south, but honestly, looking at their team compared to ours, yes, it's, you know, helpful if I go down there, but honestly, I don't think I'm going to do anything before we all get killed. Let me just put it that way. But we'll see. I'll at least set up further back behind them and try to get some penetrations, but I don't think me pushing out here is going to help because I have a feeling we're going to get swarmed. But so far, I had 2 of their mediums. Okay, I'll give it a shot now. I like our odds a little bit better now, seeing those 2 mediums go north. I do not like that, though. I spoke too soon. Sorry, Charioteer, I jinxed you there. Shit, that guy already pushed. I most likely got spotted. I don't have 6th sense on this. Good luck me trying to pen a T-54, though. we need to push now. I'm going to take a slightly different approach, but it's either we push on this M46, kill him and pin him back now, or it's, you know, crapshoot. Help out the T10, guys. TD, something. Like, oh lord. I feel bad for this T10, but that's what happens on this side sometimes. I kind of need to use full APCR here for now. Oh lord, I'm the last one remaining. It's a M46. Okay. If he shoots me, whatever. I didn't want to get hit by this super Pershing, however, though. It's just... It would have been nice if somebody else kind of helped over here. You know, they're all just kind of sitting there biding my demise or waiting for my demise. At least I see a little bit of help, but I just got ammo racked. Whew, just barely got him. I'm sticking with APCR even if I don't necessarily need it 100% right here, but is that TD brave enough to push out like that? I deserve an MVP award. Me and this T10. Because nobody else would have pushed out. And we would have just got killed little by little. It's just defending, you know, from the south is a lot harder than defending from the north. Like, I am chucking pure gold out of this so far. But, sue me. Oh lord. You're gonna make me regret pushing up there, but I got one more shot on you. This EA2 didn't even notice him, but hopefully we win. I'll take that, but damn, that's gonna be an expensive match for me. Hopefully I get my double done. If there are more requests though, you know, feel free to mention them in the chat. I can get to them for you guys. Yeah, I still have an hour. Like, I'm gonna be trying to get some doubles done, but you know, I can do some requests too. You know, pretty good amount of damage there, but the most amount of experience by far on my team because of the assist damage and being a tier 8 tank. Alright, yeah, doubles need to go down this way. Did not win in the OHO earlier, and I'm very close to the Type 4 Heavy. Not that I have any credits for it. Thank you, Will. Whew. I need to warm my hands up a little bit. I need to, like, remind myself halfway through the stream to, like, I don't know, run out the door and jog for a second to get my blood flowing again. Yeah, I can play the M48. Alright, I am top tier. Everyone, I think, who is watching right now knows where I'm going. Obviously, I'm going to the 8-0 line. Yeah, I can play the VK4502B. I'm liking No Artie. And, you know, they have that OHO and some of the mediums with decent pen, but they don't have a lot of tanks with crazy high amounts of penetration, which I like as well. You know, you might see me use a little bit of AP or heat here, mainly AP, if I can overmatch, you know, say like the IS-6 or something on its roof. It is a little bit iffy sometimes where I only use it if I absolutely need to. I'd rather take the consistent damage of HE over relying on overmatch mechanics. Because if you miss by a little bit, they ain't gonna do anything, or it's not gonna help you. Come on, you gotta back off this corner? Doesn't look like it, unless I tracked him. Whew, I just missed him. I definitely need to get up though, because a lot of squishy tanks in front of me. I'd rather be the one pushing out, taking the damage. When do I normally stream, Michael? My schedule's in the video description under this video. Tuesday and Wednesday, 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Friday and Sunday is going to be, what is it, 9 p.m. to, or no, 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I had just updated my schedule yesterday, so I had to kind of remind myself there. Now I'm in a little bit of a predicament. All my little squishy tanks died before I got up here. Yep, and nobody else is coming up. T-34, Panther 8. Yep, awesome. I am going to pray I can make it out of this, but I don't think I will be. I don't think I'll be able to. At least I tanked a couple shots there, but don't track me, please, or don't shoot me with heat. Oh. It's just like, come on! What are you guys doing? Like, you don't even have really any shots on anything, and they're still just sitting there, like, watching me suffer. Like, I don't get it. I literally do not get it. Like, sorry, but I know sometimes I can be a little bit blacklist happy, but screw you two guys. Literally. Ah, nice, Anthony. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Yeah, that was definitely a fun match where, you know, Artie actually doesn't have a ton of RNG. All the shots went right where I wanted them to. Alright, so M48 was next up. But God forbid I push up to help people, and I was a little bit too late. I should have taken that one shot in the beginning and kept going, but like, two guys in the back, literally. Yeah. It wasn't even just the team, like, it was those two specific guys in the back. If they had came up with me, we honestly, it would have still been a hard fight, but we would have at least had a chance. So, yeah. All right. Quite a bit of mediums on both teams. Hello, Orlando. Yeah, blacklist happy. I'm finding that is the World of Tanks official XVM mod, where you can put people on your blacklist so you know not to trust them. Or primarily what happens is I put people on there that I think are assholes, but well, there is a micro patch coming out. It'll probably be when that is. I forget when it was stated the micro patch was happening. But that's essentially, you know, removing the holiday ops thing. Yeah, I crit him, but oh well. I just wanted to get one shot off there because, you know, our team's not pushing this side and we have way too many people kind of sitting in. Whoa. Like, I know where you're trying to shoot, but yeah. going to try to approach this a little bit differently. Since there's so many mediums, it's not really wise for me to go push out over there. You know, I don't have a clip like the bat chats, so... And this thing is pretty squishy. Mainly concerned for the T-30 because I can do that. It is just one repair kit, and hopefully I don't regret trying this again. Ooh, is it Grill 15? Now the T-30's coming. A little bit too late though, bud. Alright, not that our team's holding up very well. Just waiting for the mouse to push up a little bit. You know, Cody Menz the kill stealer. Ah! We do have to really worry about there. I'm just gonna... It might get me in trouble being out here by myself, but... Yeah, I'm not going to worry about the SPG just yet. Overlord. Yep, I should have just went for the SPG. Yeah, I'm dead. At least our team's in a lead now, but holy shit, why? They were here, most of our tanks were over here, so why did their tanks go over there? That didn't make too much sense, but they killed me. Not that they're going to win, but... I guess props to them. Alright, so VK4502B. We lost Pilsen, of course. Can I show us my dog? Only if he wants to get up. Right now I'm content with him laying down. But most amount of experience, at least on the Oho. But, you know, that guy did the most amount of damage. Whoop-de-doo. But... Dude, you lost us that match. I'm still mad at that guy. A new in-stream game, call it Bot or Bad. That would actually be pretty funny. I wouldn't go as far as, you know, looking up people's service records and trying to figure that out, though. As far as my zero line move on Ensk, it works better from the other side because the buildings are a little bit offset, so there's a little sliver for you to push up from the north without being too exposed. But essentially, the reason I poke out there is a lot of times you have tanks at either side, and if you set up first, once you spot them, you can get a quick hit off, then you just pull back and go somewhere else. Getting damage off very early is sometimes hard on Ensk without dying quickly. So, you know, if you're spawning close to there and you can set up first to a location where you get your shot off, get into cover real quick, it can, you know, be a pretty good play because you're getting essentially a cheap free shot. Like I got a little bit of assist damage off of that Emil with that by tracking him. And then later on, you know, I actually almost killed him with that last HE round I pumped into him, but, you know, he would have had about 340 more HP hadn't I tracked him early on. But basically from either side, though, if enemies push down that side, sometimes they do, and they push the town really hard, just spotting them, getting a little bit of damage and assist damage, can work out. But, I really only do it if I spawn close to there. It's just something you do be careful. It's like from the north, sometimes I push hard down that line, kind of hugging closer to the 2 line, but really only do that in a heavy tank, and if you think you can take, kind of the in-between zone of both of those like building groups for the teams. If you don't think you can take that or have help, don't push hard. But I definitely wouldn't recommend sitting at the end. A lot of times it doesn't help too much. Just spot it, get a little bit of damage off, move somewhere else. And try to move when you're not spotted, that way the enemy still thinks you're there, and they kind of have to defend against you there. The M7 Priest, I don't think I have that tank, Lukenberg. It's like, as far as low tiers go, like under tier 4 is a little iffy for me, as far as tanks that I own and have crews and stuff for. But if you want a low tier, I can pop into one. I'll try to find one for you. Alright, E4. Hopefully it's just a T-34, but there is already. I'm going to make it a go with you. It'd be very nice if... Okay, he missed. That's awesome. And I technically missed there. I'll consider that a miss. That guy's bailing out, so I'm just going to turn my attentions this way. Awesome. So the reason I like heading over here, we want it pretty quick, but now, we have a couple tanks here, spotting the center. Granted, now they're pushing. I'm going to hope... I'm not going to turn back right away, but I hope that does not turn into a bad situation. This we only have a T-95 back there with the SPGs. I'm just gonna head back this way. Haven't really done much. Got one shot in. Yep. Excuse me. Okay. Ah, shit, the 263 pushed up. Why'd you do that, bud? I'm just trying to find tanks that I can shoot. Like, there's this T-69, but pushing into him, it wasn't exactly worth it. Now I'm just gonna be... I don't think I can actually get up here. No, I can't get up here. Awesome. So I went to a spot where I can't get up. I think I could try to get up there, but I don't think this tank has a strong enough engine. Alright, so this is probably going to be very embarrassing for me to try to do this. But no. They made it a lot harder to get up here, but yeah, I'm not doing myself any favors by trying to do it in a VK. If I was on a light or a medium tank, I could, but... Yep. Alright, so this match was awesome. I will try to play it again, though, Dana. I'll pop into another tank and then pop back into this, because this match was kind of boring, to say the least. I probably should have just went on the cap and sat there, honestly. Would have been more entertaining. This T-54 is probably... right about in this area. But it'll be interesting to see if they rebalance this when they change around the German lines. Because this tank is completely, more or less fictional. It should have the armor value of the Tier 8 VK 4502A, I believe. It shouldn't have the armor nearly as much as this. I'm not even going to bother chasing after him now. Okay. Hello, Jack. Nice to see you. Hello, Muddy as well. Well, typically, as far as streaming goes, there's always a lot of, Russian players streaming. T-54, are you going to try to reset me? Will I get another shot off? No. This is taking a lot longer than it should have. I should have just went on a cap and been content with my 360 damage. Yeah, a lot of things are faster than this. It's... Ooh, critical hit. Oh man, I'm racking up the assist damage here. Ah, nice. How'd you do, Jack? I assume it's good news? Yay, I lit up the scoreboard there. Alright. Why don't I'm gonna find a low tier tank, and I'm thinking it's the M22 Locust. And then I'll pop back into that, since that was kind of a bummer for a match. Yeah, that doesn't sound too bad. Even if, you're a little sad over it. Oh, excuse me. That's not bad at all. Let's see how well I can spot in this little bugger. I actually don't run a fire extinguisher on this just because, there's a chance of you getting burned out, but a lot of times with your such low HP, you're going to get killed before you actually have to worry about, burning down from a fire. This is such a little fun tank though, but a little bit more fun when it's not against tier 5s, so. Just don't do what one of Ryan's kids, granted this was like a test and not like a report card or a grade or something, and this is high school. They tried to, sorry KB1, they tried to erase some of the stuff Ryan had written on their tests and change it to something right and like a better grade. And she's like, do you really think I'm that stupid? Like, A, you can see where they erased it, and B, she already had given them the grade. Like, yeah. Alright, I'm probably not gonna stay out this way. I just don't have too much with me. The gun on this thing just is severely lacking against 4s and 5s, even against tier 3 sometimes, but oh, this might be my death. Awesome. Trying to get behind you, Archer. Come follow me. Whew. There we go. He kind of took the bait. Oh Lord. Come on. You can do it, little gun. You can penetrate a light tank. I'm switching over to premium, but honestly, the penetration on this thing is horrible. Oh, Lord. At least our team's doing pretty well. This M5 Stewart's trying to ruin my spotting run by beating me to it. He probably did. Still a martyr somewhere. Yep, there he is. Luckily, I got a little bit of a lucky bounce there. Okay. No, don't do it. I'd cap if I could frickin' penetrate this guy. There we go. I don't know why he's freaking out. There's only 3 frickin' tanks left. Like, yes, you died, but the probability of them actually killing the rest of us is extremely low. Virtually impossible now. Okay. Woohoo! I did something. Thank you, Lucan. Not a bad match, but it's just a low tier game. So at least it didn't end in a one-shot death. Just because the HP to firepower at low tiers is so off balance compared to the rest of them. Well, good luck, Jack. Hopefully, you improve enough, so you get into medical. At least you're not too far away as far as, what you're shooting for. Ooh, Lord. It's mines again in a tier 10 match with 3 gigantic tier 10 TDs. Yeah. I hope I'm fast enough to get over to where I want to be, because if I can get over here, I can kind of side scrape off of this building or even this one, especially without any arty. However, it doesn't help that you just slowed me down a little bit, but the speed of this is my problem. Hello, Toma. Nice to see you. I did just play a small tank, Lucan. I can't play too many low tiers, unfortunately. It's just, if there's a specific one you want me to play, feel free to mention it. It's just, I'm trying to get my doubles done here for a few tanks, and I'm running out of time. But a lot of the low tiers I can play, they're premiums, and they don't exactly do too much help for me right now. I should be able to sneak by here just in time. It's the middle of the day, since Ryan's not home and Levi usually just lays on his bed. I keep the heat low. It's at like 60, 64 degrees, so that's why I'm a little chilly. I hope I don't regret this, because they definitely can see me now. I think they're starting to realize, like, shit, 30, now 28 seconds till they cap. Like, It's amazing the amount of people that don't comprehend that this map you can get capped out very easily on. I'm honestly not getting off because, you know, we're down a tank here and they have these high alpha guns. I'll take a nice little quick win now. I might be able to sneak a shot in on him. And I bounce. Nice little quick win though. These guys probably feel very stupid on the enemy team to let people cap out like that. The Stuart 5, I do not own that, Lucan. But, hey, I'll take a quick little win. As far as low tiers go, I don't really have any ones. Yeah, as far as equipment that I have on them, it's like I probably could pop into this little bugger real quick. See if I get some lucky matchmaking. See you, Michael. Hopefully I'll see you then. If not, you know, hopefully I'll see you next week. Hello, Stan. Hopefully you're having a good day. But after this, I'm gonna, you know, I'll hop into the Leo. But after this will be my last, like, low tier one. Wait. Holy shit. Getting a lot of... Okay, looks like my... about watching my brother animals, but... Looks like he now has a pet rabbit I've got to take care of, too. This will be interesting. Don't think I've ever had to care for a rabbit. Not that I think it's very hard. Oh, Lord, they have an SU-76I on the enemy team. Thing is completely broken. And completely negates this tank's armor. Yeah, it's unfortunate. Well, yeah, it's like my parents pushed me pretty hard to go into something outside of culinary. You know, since it's a family business, I see why they did it now. But what? That was honestly the luckiest shot I think I've ever seen. I was like, did he get the team killed? I don't know if someone shot him that already hit him, but their T1 just freaking decimated him. Holy shit. I'm lucky I wasn't in his spot. Oh my god. I was getting my blacklist trigger ready there. Do I really have to face off against the SU-76I? There's my help to you guys. I'm just gonna honestly stay away from him for now. I do not think I can even penetrate him frontally unless he... or unless I get very lucky with premium rounds. But I'm hoping that we can just swarm him later. Alright, I think I need to help out here. You go, LTP. If I get a shot here, I will try to help you, but... oh god. There's a reason why they only sold that tank for like in 2 hours before they pulled it from the premium shop, though. It's just... it's probably the most overpowered tank. Even more than the PZ-2J. Things are not looking up for me. So this LTP decides, oh, let's just push into that tank. He probably doesn't know, but hopefully he can get to his side, but it doesn't look like it. Grant, this thing's pretty good as well, but not on the level as like the PZ2J or the SU-76I. Right, he did kill him. Awesome. I'm gonna focus on this Locust. Fortunately, this thing's too slow now to really get a lot done. Yeah, penetrating him is not exactly very easy. Come at me, bro. No. Whoa. Can you calm down on the ramming? I'm trying to fix my driver because I believe he's also my gunner. Ah, Lord. This little guy's proving a little bit more difficult than I gave him credit for. Oh shit. It's the destroyer. I'm just not sure if I have to go back to the cap. Is that T2 still freaking complaining? It's just, I know I'm gonna die from this T127, but there's not too much else I can do here. This is the only route where I get back to the cap fast enough. Yeah, and the Locust got me. Somehow he penetrated me. I don't know how he did, even with APCR. Like, but T2 medium, just shut up. Mastery badge first class though, defender, but yeah. Where's this guy? I'm pretty sure that was, yeah, it's only T2 medium. Let's just put him on there. Alright, so I need to get a couple doubles done here. So I don't think I'm going to be able to play later. So I need to do the Leo, the Udez, the Hotchkiss H35. Century Stan, I just played it there. That's virtually the same, you know, as that tank I just played. The Type 57? I do not. Do you mean the T57 Tier 10 Heavy? I do have that. Or Type 59. I don't have Type 57 now. I could have played that a little bit differently, but I'm still surprised I was penetrated by a Locust. That thing does not have that much penetration, as evident by me, you know, playing one. Alright, so yeah, surprise, I got this in the Leo. I get this map so many times in, you know, the Leo tank. But yeah, I need to do the Leo, the Udez, I think maybe a German medium. I still can't buy the SP1C because I'm very short on credits, but I'm working towards that. You know, it's a good tank, but you know, being a low tier, honestly, not to say it's not an important tank that, you know, you're through it in a couple games, but they're very good when you're not against a bunch of higher tiers and tank destroyers. Otherwise, though, you're going to be tough pressed to be penetrated by things. Mainly, it's, you know, just it's a seal clubber tank because, you know, good players will still be able to kill you, but for newer players and stuff, they're not going to be able to deal with it. Yeah, I can play the T57 before the stream ends. I'm really concerned. Another match where you know, our team is just all kind of bunched up here, and yeah. It's like I was kind of hoping, because there's a T-29, of course, but you know, outside of that, their TDs most likely aren't over here. Alright, I've got a... I got my one shot, but outside of that, this is going to be a little bit tougher to get shots on here. I just would like to get out of here. Very nice. Got him to blow his repair kit. Shit, now there's the Scorpion there. It's just now all of our heavies are in this one spot, so if we lose the field or, you know, lose out here into 1-2 line, you know, it's... the enemy just kind of pivots around you, and it's a really bad spot to try to win. Or try to hold, I should say. I don't want to be out here, but I feel like it's really the only spot right now where I can help my team out quite a bit. Yeah, I knew you were going to hit me there. Oh, that was such a bad shot on my part. I'm actually a little embarrassed by that. Oh Lord, I can't hit this thing. Whoa, 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 whoa! Can we talk about this? There we go. I almost completely ruined that tactic. Alright, we still haven't seen their other TD, which worries me a lot. I should be able to shoot this guy. Yeah, he's not even reacting. Alright. I got a T-29. He's going to pull back, so I'm better off going this way. This is starting to work out a little bit. Luckily, the enemy gave me enough little holes to work my way through. Not that we've won this yet. This can still go south, but we should have this. Alright, so KV2 shot. He was lucky. He pulled back just in time. Thank you. I almost screwed up fighting that Scorpion, but fortunately that worked out for me. I'm just not too happy about leaving this up to my teammates, so I'm trying not to die here. Alright, that TD isn't shooting at the ONI, so I should be safe. Should. There's no problem with that, Will. I do the same thing, especially when I'm not streaming. Spare me. Tried to track him there, but oh well. Decent match though, 2100 damage. Just a little bit of assist, but oh, that could have been so much worse if I was not out there. The Leo's not good in that position, but yeah, it worked out. Fortunately, got a high caliber. Our E25 team killed someone. That's why I got high caliber, because he killed somebody. Don't know who or why, but all right. So I'll hop into the T-57 first before doing a couple more doubles. Whew. Oh, this dog wants to go outside so bad. But my next stream, will be Friday and Sunday, 8 to 11. I don't think there's this. I'm just gonna mention it. Sunday might be, I might have to start a pinch later, but the probability is very low. It's just we're gonna have people over Sunday, so if it runs a little bit late, I might be starting at 8:30 or something. But I will update the stream, the start time for that. But I don't think it's gonna be a problem. I do not have the T-55A. I'm very close to it, but honestly, I haven't really, specifically tried to do any missions. I've just kind of played random tanks. I mainly just have to do, I think I need to do TD-15, and then I need to do an SPG or a light tank. I need to do all them, and I got it. But, because I usually just try to do honors, and then for all of them, and then finish. Specifically, the SPG one I feel like is easier than the light tank. All right, T-34. I would like to get in front of you, but I don't want to spin out. Just we don't have any spotters because our T-49. Yep, this is not what I wanted to happen, but yeah, unfortunately, not even a medium tank, poked up here to spot them all. It just sucks because, you're doing everybody a disservice by not, they're hiding behind a rock, and every time they poke out, they're going to get spotted and shot at. But not much I can do in that situation. If I sit there and wait, I'm never going to cross safely. And, if I push, luckily I didn't get more damage taken off of me. It just stinks when, certain tanks like lights or medium, someone's got to poke out there. It's how the map works. Yeah. Moving on. And again, we don't have anybody spotting here, which I might regret poking out here, but it's like we're just letting the enemy essentially take all this ground for free. Which, sorry, T-30, I'm gonna try to get this guy off of you, but he knows I'm not loaded. It just sucks because our team is basically giving the enemy, the good spots without even contesting them. And it's just frustrating because, the T-57 isn't the fastest heavy tank, but now they're trying to push up, which, thank you, gun carrier. It's just now we have, 3 low alpha tanks trying to push into a high alpha tank, which fortunately it's working out for them, but I don't really have any chances to pen this guy outside of this little bar on top. But the longer I stay there, the higher chances that I get RD'd. What do you mean better with heavy than lights? Honestly, if you're going off a win rate 8, that's just artificial inflation for win rate 8. It's light tanks. Yeah, it's flawed. That's why if you're going off of that, that's why win rate 8 isn't a good metric. But honestly, heavy tanks, TDs, mediums, everything, they're more effective than lights currently in the game. And especially with how maps are. But sorry, Type 4. I wasn't even using heat there. I feel bad. But that's just because win rate 8, there's like a small little... basically, if you spot a tank first, which lights often do, it kind of helps your win rate 8 go up a lot quicker. It's like a modifier, and the values for holy shit, why is he sitting back there? Values for light tanks are very low because they're doing spotting damage, but win rate 8 doesn't take that into account. only Wargaming's you know, metrics take into account spotting. It is in the API. It's just, you know, even win rate 9, they took it out. Not that that's ever going to gain traction. Well, as far as I don't like to play lights, that mainly I'm going to get derped here, but you know, it mainly comes down to right now light tanks are a little bit underpowered, but it's just map design. But more or less, playing a light tank, you're putting faith in your team a lot more than you are yourself in a way, because you know doing damage is harder in lights for a lot of cases. Um, Staying alive because you can't tank shots, so kind of right off the bat, you don't exactly you can't go to a lot of places on the map and fulfill a lot of roles. Right now, medium tanks, especially at higher tiers, they have nearly the same amount of view range, if not more in some cases. And while the camouflage isn't as good while on the move, they have more armor, HP, firepower. It's just you're putting a lot of your faith in your team, which isn't exactly the best thing to do at times. You know, it's easier and better to play classes if you're confident in how you play. You know, if you're looking to win, because you know I like playing lights. I just play them a lot less now because over the years the maps have gotten more little bumps on them. It's basically harder to play effectively as a light tank. You know, they're always going to require, you know, relying on your team and kind of feeding off of one another, but you know, it's harder for you to actually achieve that right now. It's not even anything about, you know, other players' skills. It's just the maps are designed a little bit differently now. Until they fix that, lights are always, even when they rebalance them and they go up to tier 10, honestly, I hope they go through with the V range changes, because if lights don't get a pretty significant view range advantage over mediums, and mediums get toned down a little bit, even tier 10 lights, they're going to be iffy as far as how functional they are, because say like this map, a light tank can be very deadly if they're allowed to spot and their team is able to hit us without us seeing most of their team. However, you know, say me in a heavy tank here, not that I'm top tier, but say like they're E75. If I was an E75 on our team and I push this side hard and actually gain traction, a light tank is practically useless then, because it's not going to do damage on me. I'm far enough ahead to where, you know, the allies behind that light tank, they're going to be spotted if they shoot at me. So the light tank can be replaced in a way on a lot of maps, because heavies and slower tanks can push up with, you know, little risk, and they kind of use that spotting role that the light tank's supposed to be doing. Hopefully that makes any sense, but they're just a lot more situational, whereas heavy tanks are kind of the best generalist class. Ooh, I credit his track again. He's probably mad. Don't know why he just pushed out like that though, but that's on him. Ooh, 3 critical hits. Shit. Lucan, unfortunately I do not have the Stuart 5. I've said that a few times for you. I do not own that tank. Hopefully my team comes up here. Say I'm taking a leap of faith. I'm gonna die, but why are you still shooting me, dude? God damn you. I'm gonna definitely die here now, but oh, I was not expecting him to just focus on me the entire time. Props to him. I definitely pushed her there a little bit unsafe, but the Oho, just the side armor is poor, to say the least. All right. It's all right. It's just I don't own every tank. Unfortunately, you know, some people get media accounts and have all the tanks unlocked and stuff like that, but I can't, uh, you know, afford to do that on my account. Yeah, it's like, uh, win rate 8 does an all right job at determining like performance of a player, but you know, still at the same time, like you can have games where you have assist damage like 8,000 and do like 500 damage, and you know, it just doesn't add up some matches. Basically, it just rewards doing as much damage as possible and screw everything else. That's why you know, I don't like it. Like, you know, it's not the worst thing, but honestly, it's not something to base everything off of. Like, win rate 8's good for determining like heavy tanks, mediums to an extent, TDs, but it's not good at determining light tanks or, you know, tanks that do a lot of spotting damage. Using that metric for it, I honestly think it's kind of stupid to look at win rate 8 values of lights, but you know, unfortunately, a lot of people, it's kind of evident. A lot of people that like have high win rate 8s and pad their stats have tons of games in certain light tanks because it's so easy, you know, just to play them, pad your win rate 8, and just by doing damage and not actually playing it as a true light, and you know, going from there. I missed that little chance. I really wish I was attacking. Honestly, that's for everybody. It's mainly down to crews and learning the game. Like, I have really terrible stats in my first few lines I pushed up, but you know, it's just something. Yeah, stats honestly don't mean anything unless you're trying to get into like a serious clan. It's not like having bad stats in a tank prevents you from, you know, doing well in a tank in that specific match that you're in. That's why I treat everybody more or less like with equal respect, whether or not I think they're, you know, a good performance-wise player or not. You know, they still have a gun and they can still damage you. So alright, they know where I'm at, so I'm gonna cut and run. I should be able to set up here. Maybe. I might have like the smallest of shots. Of course they kind of moved out from where I want to shoot them here. But I guess, unfortunately I can't be seen now since I got hit by that M4A1. But I still got a couple battles after this. Like, I'm trying to get the Oho and this double done. You know, if I get those finished, I'll gladly play another request if somebody has a tank. Just trying to keep an eye on if I do have shots on these guys, but yeah, I'm not exactly liking this tank in the defense for assault on this map. There's just nowhere to really set up. Now I'm out here by myself. That T-25's pushing on me. Maybe I'll have a shot on this Super Pershing. Awesome. Hopefully he did not see me, but it's a possibility. Honestly, this guy, he's gonna kill me. If already doesn't do it first. Just every time he shoots me, I will take damage. Hopefully I can spot him. Whew. Somehow he bounced. Both SPGs will have it out for me though. Come on, come on, come on. No! How did I bounce off of him? God, I'm dead. Shit, I keep hitting the freaking top part. I know that's not where I want to hit him, but yeah. It's unfortunately where my gun was shooting. I was trying to keep moving back because if I settled in, my tank would honestly sink a little bit lower. I was trying to hit him in his frickin' mantlet, but yep. Gotta love this tank sometimes. But setting up on defense, there's just nowhere to set up safely without being spotted. Which, hey, we won oh-ho match. Awesome. So why don't I try, because I would like to, I guess got crew skills for them. Great. I would try to, I want to get a couple more before I select them. I really want to get safe stowage on this thing. I don't know if I'm actually going to do it right away though, or wait till I get my second set of crew skills. Let's see. But you know, I have this battle. I might do one more in the Udez, since that looks like it's going to be a loss, then that'll probably be it for today. I'm gonna get myself going, doing some more replays for you guys. Like, I do have quite a few done already. I think I have like 12-ish lined up for release, but I'd like to nail these out before my schedule starts getting very busy again. Hey, this map looks familiar. Honestly, I don't know where I want to go. Just because the gun depression on this isn't good enough to fight over here safely. So I'm probably going to head this way. I like playing this tank, though, on maps where you have a little bit more room in between you and the enemy. It's just once you get close up, they're firing down at your upper plate, and tier 10s can go through it. A mushroom on fire? Alright, so we have a lot of people heading over that way. This shall be interesting. I don't even have like the Strev or a grill or anything behind me. This could just get very ugly. They got 2 on the cap. Well, I got no choice other than to move up. It's just most likely this 183 is going to be sitting and waning. Somehow I damaged him. Awesome, but yeah, I don't know how I damaged him there. Alright, I didn't want to waste my repair kit, but chances of getting RD'd were, ooh lord, a little high. Definitely do not want to fight that guy. I know exactly where he's trying to go to. Oh, really? I didn't shoot him, it looked like, but I'm down to 25 seconds on, yeah. Damned if I do, damned if I don't right now. Honestly, yay, my aiming circle wasn't around, I thought it was. Alright, so this match is pretty terrible. Based off of a few mistakes I've made, and thanks T49. Be really nice though if our woohoo. I'm very glad he did that. I knew I was short enough to where he'd have a hard time trying to hit me. I can see this bat chat coming behind me and this JPZ. Ah shit, he has ammo racked me. I hate the ammo rack in this tank. JPZ, I'm trying. I'm ammo rack though. I'm sorry, dude. And now I'm tracked. I'm screwed. I just don't know what the hell was going on there. I definitely missed a shot or two I shouldn't have, but like holy shit, like how did they even lose the other side? They outnumbered them like 2-1. Alright, so let's try. Somehow I got high caliber. That was... I don't know how I got high caliber in this tank the last match I played it. I was doing my damnedest to try to win that, but I have no clue. Honestly, if I didn't miss that one bat chat shot that went out the side of the turret, because obviously I had a little lag spike or packet loss there, because usually, like, I don't use the server side aiming circle, but usually it's just like a second behind. I should have been able to hit that. Yep. But, oh well. Can't win them all. Okay, so I'm probably gonna... I don't like setting up in the north, but in this tank I think I'm gonna have to. Because in the south, there's really only one spot sitting back here, or even potentially here to get shots off without being seen, and they're not exactly that useful. But every frickin' match, I get ammo racked into 113. I would say well over 80% of matches I get an ammo rack in that thing. Just want to set up a little bit further back. Just going to see if they see anything, but I'm very inclined to push down here if we get people trying to poke out this way. Enemy took a lot of ground down there too. No point in me sitting in the north because I'm not going to get anybody spotting for me, it looks like. They're just going to sit there, and if the enemy pushes, I'm going to get spotted, and yeah. Might as well try to go help out against this Lova. And just as I move, they spot them. Awesome. Yeah, that was a really stupid shot. Low has pretty good V range, so I want to keep him on the outskirts of max range. I don't know if I'm going to get another chance at him now. Nah, he's backpedaling fast. I'm glad you like the mushrooms. Alright, so my team is no longer scouting, which I get it. Probably going to be very stupid of me to do, but... Oh shit, somehow I bounced 2 shots off of them, and nobody actually fired back. Lord. I was hoping to at least see a shot head their way, but... Calm down, Levi. I don't know if you guys can... I can just hear his whining. He's like, I want to go for the rest of my walk now. Yeah, unfortunately, I tried to pull you down the street this morning. His dog hates the rain. He didn't hate it a couple months ago. Okay. I think he's poked up there, but honestly, I don't want to take a shot and miss it. Almost. Luckily, I still have just enough camouflage to make this work. I'm trying A44. Unfortunately, though, there's a little bit too much HP for me to chew through here. I think that low's there, but no. Not exactly in that spot. We're at this point just waiting for our south and middle to catch up. Not exactly the most exciting gameplay. He's probably mad. Yep, they hit me though. Did they actually see me? They might have, but they definitely know where I'm at. Unfortunately though, I can't spot the squid lips, I'll say. I'm actually gonna move. Okie dokie. Yeah, they still have a lot of HP. Just pushing out for me, I'm almost 100% gonna die. But if I can get up there, I would very much like that. God damn you, pillar. And he's, yeah. I was about to say, he's almost certain to have seen me, but I was hoping I got a little bit lucky there. This is, you know, my last match, though. Well, fortunately, if you got those discounts, it's pretty cheap to get up, you know, the Swedish TD line. And this upcoming tank rewards, you know, the next mission set actually rewards you for playing Swedish tanks. So that's something that could get you a lot of, you know, stuff from the tank rewards, at least on the NA server, if you do that. They have their own set of missions, I think, every week. But anyway, at least we got a win here at the end. We definitely lost more Ivanka. But thanks again for watching, guys. You know, always a pleasure chatting with you guys. We had some fun matches. Yeah, I didn't really get too much help, but oh well. I can't win them all. But at least in this match, you know, our team had a pretty good damage distribution, so I'll take that. But yeah, next time I'm streaming will be Friday, 8 p.m. I'm going to go to 11 p.m. instead of 10 p.m. Like previous Fridays. And then Sunday, same time there as well. Don't be surprised, like I might pop in for a quick stream maybe tomorrow at some point. You never know. Might be a different game, might be World of Tanks. Maybe. It's a possibility. But anyway, thanks again for watching, guys. I'll see you around. Hopefully you have a good day. or for a few of you, good end of your day here. See ya.